Today, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. Jameis Winston and the New York Giants taking on Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders.
We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Las Vegas Raiders and the New York Giants. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, it's been a great start to the season. Back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
And there's a lot of good to watch in the game last week. He threw 4 touchdown passes. A little bit of concern throwing the 2 interceptions.
Yeah, and the 2 pick.
Yeah, you want the ratio really to be closer to 3-to-1 as opposed to the 2-to-1 that he had. But it is something to build on. They did get the win, didn't they?
Yep. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
The Raider ball carrier.
A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 20 carries, 67 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, this is where it becomes a challenge for the offensive coordinator. He's got a bell cow at tailback right now, number 3 in the league in rushing, within shouting distance of the lead. But at the same time, if the passing game is open, he's got to take advantage of that too.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Shotgun now for Carr. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Tate on the return. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. So here are the Giants under head coach Joe Judge. They'll be led out by their 6'4" quarterback, the former #1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston.
And he's got to be feeling pretty good about his individual performance from last week's game. I mean, he did throw 4 touchdown passes, so he's in sync with his receivers, and they're very confident. Did have 1 interception.
Yeah, the 1 pick.
And
they lost.
Yeah, so no matter how many touchdowns he threw, if it comes in a loss, he's not going to be satisfied. Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. That's complete left side to Shepard. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
On 3rd down, Winston. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
44-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Brings up second.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense. Linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The numbers in last week's contest for Ingram: 5 catches, 76 yards, and a touchdown.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Winston, a nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
That's complete right around the 8. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Evan Ingram, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They saw their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. And we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25 yards.
Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And they're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On 2nd and 7, Carr escaping the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39.
He's brought down.
Big Leonard Williams there on the stop.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 39, Carr. That's caught by Waller out left side. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
18 on the play. And the Raider first down.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Eluding the pressure right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
3rd down.
Throwing now is Carr. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Tyrell Williams. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Winston's pass thrown to the sideline and incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Jameis to throw it. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Carr got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Room for Jacobs there on 1st down as he takes this one forward for a pickup of about 7. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Carr. And he's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
To Darren Waller. first and goal.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
They'll run it with Jacobs. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
One more time with Jacobs. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They'll run with Jacobs. And this time he is in. Yes. Josh Jacobs, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
The kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7.
Las Vegas.
And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard.
New York ready to go again offensively. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
1-yard gain.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
The 32-yard line. That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Raiders 14, Giants 7.
Third and short yardage, Winston. And Tate's got it. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. First catch so far for Tate, and he's got a first down. Now Saquon Barkley. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And Ingram holds it in. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line. They'll run with Barkley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Corey Littleton there on the tackle.
I would think as a play caller, you want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end. Any type of a route to replace where that linebacker was. Because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stopped that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The Giants on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Winston finds his tight end Ingram. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Saquon Barkley, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives, so a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. Feel like the offense coordinator's a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with their play calls. They've got a nice rhythm they're locked into. How can the defensive guys come up with something that'll disrupt that flow? That's what they're seeking right now.
Well, it's been an exciting sequence to watch. Man open, that's Henry Ruggs. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Carr completes it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 yards on the play. 1st down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
On 1st down, Jacobs. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Patrick Onwuasor up to make the tackle. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 41-yard line.
Now Carr. Looking sideline, incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target. And now it's 3rd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. Who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A Raider 1st down, Carter Renfro.
And the Las Vegas 1st down.
From the gun, Carr. The open man here, Renfro. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down.
First down, Las Vegas.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the Giants' 18-yard line.
Looking to throw on second down. Carr. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Giants have it. It's picked up. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line.
Complete.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Give him a couple on the carry there. Second and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
A first down carry for Barkley. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield.
The ball carrier.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at their 49-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Winston. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 27-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's second down.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Raiders' 27-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. It's brought in left side by Tate. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it third.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. On 3rd down, Barkley. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
Saquon Barkley.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
A 2nd down throw for Winston. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. From the gun, Winston. And it's caught. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Evan Ingram. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Giants have broken our tie as they take the lead. And his kick is good. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. taken about 7 yards deep. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Derek Carr and the Raiders set for their next possession. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game. But just let them know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Now Carr. Caught left side, Williams. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 11 yards there, first down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Well, the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
He's airing it out for Williams. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big play there just before halftime. 46 yards. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Tyrell Williams with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. And they will wrangle them down a couple yards shy of the 30.
1st and 10. At their own 28.
Evan Ingram works his way back onto the field with the rest of this offense. And what can they do to better account for him? Because they haven't accounted for him well so far as we see here on your screen.
They may have to draw up coverages they haven't run so far. They may have to create something on the fly because he's beaten everything. And when you watch this game unfold, you keep thinking to yourself, is it 2 men, 3 men, maybe even a 4th guy may have to go and account for him. But right now, he's shredding the defense.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards. That's complete left side to Shepard. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Throwing, Winston. Catch made by Slayton. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. On 1st and 10, Winston. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack.
A big loss on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. And it's the Chiefs who have the lead in the 2nd quarter. Patrick Mahomes looking good. 2 touchdown passes. From there, we're off to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets. Ryan Tannehill's thrown a touchdown there. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And you can see there it's the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. Marlon Mack, over 100 yards on the afternoon thus far with a touchdown run as well. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Daniel Carlson to kick off for Las Vegas.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. On the return, it's Josh Ferguson. Now a hit and a loose football.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by the Raiders.
And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him.
Brings up second.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Carr gonna throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get. Taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And the Raiders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
A pickup of 2.
Well, Brennan, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
2nd down and goal. Carr to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
That's going to be caught by Williams for a Raiders touchdown.
Complete to Tyrell Williams.
3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders have moved out in front.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown.
Daniel Carlson to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. On the return is Ferguson. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
And now out come the Giants. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half.
And Winston lost the football, and the Raiders pick it up, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it, They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. He showed his shiftiness and his explosion to take him all the way down near the goal line.
Love that description, and it creates momentum. Maybe you hand it to him again since he's got it going, or do you fake it to him and throw it to a teammate? Right now, the options are wide open.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
On second down, it's Jacobs, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his second touchdown of the afternoon, and the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
His kick is...
And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Pass complete to Golden Tate. A gain of 10.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Barkley. Now this will be a Giants first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
First down.
Brent, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. Winston. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
And a sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Tyrell Williams heading back out onto the field now. So far, he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously, it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out on the ice for the hat trick, right? I'm not sure exactly what you do in the NFL except applaud and continue to hope you see a little bit more of this. What a tremendous game.
Do you want to start a new tradition? What can we throw on the field?
I don't know.
Throw your mic out there.
A lot of fans would like that. Cut his mic off.
3 touchdowns so far. On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
A run on first down with Jacobs as he'll get this forward for about 4. 2nd and 6 coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Now it's Tate. There'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and possession will switch hands. 1st and 10.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
9 at the 30-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Winston over the middle. He's got his tight end Ingram. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the 2nd half.
But we saw that they had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Tyrell Williams and the Raiders back on offense. Let's see here, Charles. 6 catches, over 100 yards. Call that a pretty good day at the office.
And I love the accumulation, the catches, the yardage. That means he's having a pretty good impact on this ball game and really helping his team out in a big way.
Means he wants the football again, right?
And it's funny because some of these receivers are very vocal about how much they're getting it. Others are quieter, but they still let you know, give me the ball, I'm going to make a play.
They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, 2nd and 7. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. That's caught by Waller out left side. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. They run it with Jacobs. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the...
This is caught inside the 15. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That one goes for 30 yards.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point throughout. And they hook up again for another big play.
They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
That's complete right around the 8. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. Flush to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them get the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Well, look at Jameis Winston now as he gears up to lead this offense again. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind, it's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes about him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
And 5 at the 32-yard line.
2nd and 5 now. Winston over the middle, complete to 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
At the 42-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Barkley on first down, going to work his way forward, only for about a couple there.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
On first down, Barkley. Oh, what a juke into space. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead. I thought as that was developing that he might actually keep it, but the right decision, obviously, to hand the football off.
And some teams do a really nice job of taking a little bit longer at the mesh point, meaning where he's going to hand it off or keep it. Sometimes they ride it maybe a step longer than others. That allows him to make the proper decision and have the right person end up with the ball.
And it paid off with a long touchdown run.
Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Tyrell Williams heading back out onto the field now. He's north of 150 yards in this game. He's been doing his thing, hasn't he?
That he has, and he's been enjoying himself. And it's the type of game that you get locked into a pretty good groove. May not be record-shattering, but it's the type of game that if you accumulate that throughout a season, you're going to be one of the top receivers in the game.
See how much they incorporate him here on this drive. Throwing on second down. Carr. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. New York set to take the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 70 yards. And the Giants have got it back to a 1-score game. So that's a really big play here in the fourth quarter. And don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score. And he returns this to the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Tyrell Williams and the Raiders back on offense. He's been a load for them to handle defensively. I don't. That much.
But look at him. He's got 7 catches on the game, and he's starting to shred them a little bit because not only is he catching them, he's picking up good yardage, keeping the chains moving, ball control, you name it. This big guy, what did you say? He's been a load for them to handle?
That's right.
Agreed.
This 7 catches, as you said, over 100 yards. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Carr. And Waller taking it in over the middle. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
4 yards.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Darren Waller, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. From the gun, it's Carr. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Hey, man, let's play our game.
That's on the big guard, Gabe Jackson. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Carr's pass intended for Hunter Renfrow.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Jameis now on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, but it'll be second down. Winston now finds his tight end Ingram, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Roughing the passer, defense.
I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley, and that'll bring up second down.
To second and 10.
Working out of the gun, Winston. Over the middle, complete. That's Tate. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. The Giants on 3rd down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Jameis Winston.
Well, they only had a yard to go. They try to pass the football. Defense blitz. Defense got there.
Yeah, I think on this one, this is probably good scouting, understanding a few tendencies, and figuring out that, hey, they may take a shot. They dialed up the pressure and got to him.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 28-yard.
So here are the Raiders now to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Jacobs, the ball.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Now they'll throw with Carr. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
He's brought down by Jabbar.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
A run with Jacobs there on 1st down, but he'll manage only a yard or 2 at best. 2nd down coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety? coming up and making the big-time play.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Carr. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants 16. Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
Yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 6-yard line.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force them into a field goal attempt and still give their offense an opportunity?
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt away the game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
Winston readies the offense. Down by 10. A minute 54 on the clock. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Now Jameis trying to hurry his crew to the line. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
That's good for a Giants 1st down.
Winston. It's brought in left side by Tate. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The 1st down screen pass, good for 5. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Here's Winston. And the Raiders have got him. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Now Winston. It's caught. Shepard. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Well, and the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Now Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Winston to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Max Crosby in there to make the sack on what will be the final act in this ball game.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Las Vegas, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens.